First, the exits are clearly marked on either side of the stage and at the rear of the auditorium, and there are copies of the agenda on the table on the way in. Our first item of business is to ask if any of our audience would like to address the board for any matter that is on our agenda or other concerns. Yes, Ken.
Well, I notice you have the demographic study on the agenda. When you discuss it, I wonder if you take into consideration the last study I recall, not referring to the accuracy, but there was such a variation from the low range to the high range that I didn't see how it would be a useful planning tool. Maybe it is, but that's something I'd like you to address.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Hi, Felicia Lecce. This might be too early to ask the question, and I know there's time for the board to decide, but just recently the governor approved the application for Cold War veterans that somehow slipped through the first time for the reduction or exemption of school tax. And I know you have till March 1st, but I kind of wanted to just put it out there since it's just recently new within the last 2 weeks. Just for thought. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We'll look into that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, next is item C, presentations. Number 1 is coding camp and building a bridge camp. And I will pass the microphone to the superintendent.
And we were very fortunate this summer that we were able to do some things that we think were real special for our students in enrichment. And Ms. Duffy is the person responsible for this, and we have a number of people here who are going to tell you all about it, including some students. So we're real excited about this. And Gail?
Thank you.
Okay, so as a district last year, we spent a lot of time with teachers and administrators trying to figure out different ways to offer enrichment to all students. And while we don't have an elementary, per se, solid enrichment teacher that only teaches enrichment, we decided to look at ways to bring enrichment back in the district. So summer camps was one idea that came about, and the goals were really to promote STEM. That's a big buzzword, if you've not heard it. That's science, technology, engineering, and math. And our goal was to provide some hands-on experience for all grade levels and to introduce learning in the summer camp. And so we were able to offer 3 camps. The elementary coding was grades 4 through 8 for 30 students. High school coding was grades 9 through 12 for 8 students. And building a bridge engineering camp for grades 1 through 3, and we had 27 students. And each camp ran a week long from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We did have a fantastic experience. It was wonderful to go over and visit the camps. Kids were being enriched, having fun, making new friends, and really learning so much about engineering and technology. We did a survey at the end of the week. It's always hard to get information back from parents and kids, but we did get some. So for coding camp, we had 18 survey returns, and the students and parents enjoyed the teamwork. They enjoyed the format of watching instructional videos first and then practicing the coding, and that's just a teaching style. And future ideas, they wanted to see game programming, Lego robotics, science, advanced coding, creating apps, Python, I'm creating my preference for making Python, okay? And making music. And parents and students hands down wanted the camps for more than 1 week, so possibly a 2-week experience, and more time to work on final projects. For the building a bridge camp, we had 9 surveys returned. Parents and kids felt the camps were well organized, promoted teamwork, the vocabulary taught was great, and more future ideas from this age group: architecture, STEM, space, fossils and dinosaurs, cooking, Minecraft, and Lego robotics. These students and parents also wanted the camps longer, so a 2-week experience, and they wanted field trips. And so before I turn things over to the teachers, I will tell you that we are approximately for a 2-week period. So with that, I'll turn things over. We'll start with the building a bridge camp.
Good evening, my name is Joy Greenstein, I'm a teacher at CUH. This is Nicole Noonan, teacher at Econo, and Kelly Creasy, teacher at Board as well. We led the Building Bridge Camp this summer, and we put together a PowerPoint that kind of summed up how our week went and what the students learned. So we used our teamwork skills to get to know each other and say Fred. So with our icebreaker activity, they had to work together in groups to do this.
Just say Fred.
Say Fred. Typically pair the older students with younger students. We found that the younger students were a little more creative and easier to work with. The older students were kind of stuck in their ways, so we learned to work together.
Yeah, I was really interested in the whole thing. It's actually the younger students, so it's K-1-2, when the kid is actually building the bridge. Those bridges were sturdier and seemed to hold more than.
Could you speak into the microphone, please?
The K-1-2 students were able to build bridges that were sturdier and hold more weight than